Hello, this is Amos the Math Guy. In this video, I want to talk to you about the 31 topics that every student needs to master in order to go into calculus with confidence. I wrote a book in 2014 called Tools for Mastering Mathematics, which I will be more than happy to email you if you reach out to amosthemathguy@gmail.com. Send me an email and I'll send you a copy. amosthemathguy@gmail.com. My website is amosthemathguy.com. And in this book, I give strategies to students for how to be very good at math. And what I want to do is I want to give students the tools necessary to go to a place like the University of Cambridge or the University of Oxford or MIT, if that's what their career path is calling for, right? There's some majors that don't require you to go to some of these places. But if you want to be part of the next generation of scientists, mathematicians, and thinkers who know logic and the history and philosophy of science and theology, feel free to reach out to amosthemathguy@gmail.com. These are some of the resources that I use in my teaching that I will talk about later on. But basically, we have the history of math, history of astronomy. We have books like Journey Through Genius, where we're talking about math from the beginning of time. Journey Through Genius is a great resource for students. But let me talk briefly about the 31 topics in order. So quickly, students need to get a solid base in pre-algebra. You need your whole number arithmetic, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, solid. Then you need your integers, negative numbers and positive numbers. Integers include all the whole numbers and natural numbers, but basically we also need your negative numbers to be solid. Then we need to make sure your fractions, decimals, percents are solid. Ratios and proportions and unit of conversions. From number 1 to 7 on my list is pretty much what we teach kids from kindergarten to about 7th grade. These are books from Singapore Math, which is a country that has done very well in mathematics. As a matter of fact, they've been ranked one of the top countries for like 15 years and counting. And so we can learn some things from them, right? If you want to learn basketball, you talk to people who know basketball. If you want to learn tennis, you talk to Roger Federer. That's my favorite. But anyways, we could debate that later. But we can learn from people who have done well in certain things. And that's why we use Singapore Math to build a solid base for those first set of topics. Our students finish those 7 topics and then they move right into Algebra 1. I don't believe in summer breaks from math. I believe students should do, even if it's do a little bit, continue practicing. It's like shooting your free throws every day. You have to keep practicing, right? Now, do you want to be a average math student or do you want to be the best, right? How do you be the best? You get the right coaching. This idea of a math brain is false. There's no such thing as a math brain. Are there some outliers that just show up from nowhere and start doing math at a high level? Yeah, Terence Tao, Carl Friedrich Gauss. Some of these guys were exceptional at a young age, but most people need to learn it and learn it well. And I want to thank my brother Emmanuel for helping me out when I hit a roadblock on the next topic here, equations, especially when he was dealing with letters. I'm pretty sure he gave me some tips and now he's a business consultant in Nigeria, management consultant, and hopefully he'll give me some strategies for how to use math in real life. But okay, so we're back to equations. So you've done the first 7 topics, and now we have equations, and then graphing and functions, inequalities. This is mostly linear functions. Inequalities, systems of equations, polynomials, rational expressions, radicals, quadratics, and then binomial theorem. That's number 17. Binomial theorem with sequences and series with Pascal's triangle is another thing we talk about with, instead of saying binomial theorem specifically, we have Pascal's triangle that we discuss with polynomials, and it's very helpful when you're multiplying polynomials. But notice from number 8 to 17 on that side of the board, that's pretty much your Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 right there, by the way. Then we come over here, we have polynomial and rational functions, we have exponential and logarithmic functions, trigonometric functions. Now you're in the realm of pre-calculus, it's called in America. But again, math doesn't really have these titles in real life, it's just math. And then we have trigonometric equations and identities, conic sections, and then at this point, notice that you're done. And pre-calculus and college algebra, they're very, very similar concepts, and that's all I want is to encourage people to learn these 31 topics well. That's what it's all about. Then geometry happens from number 23 basically to 31. Some of these concepts, you can easily learn geometry in 3 months. Easily. There's no reason geometry is a year long. No reason. It's just wasting everybody's time. Because if you've learned algebra well, and if you know how to graph well, and if you're very comfortable with arithmetic and so on and so forth, all the pieces that involve arithmetic, they teach how to find the area and the perimeter of shapes in geometry. But if I know all these, how to use formulas well, I should be able to do that easily, right? So this is geometry. A lot of the topics, we have triangles and circles and similarities, right triangle trigonometry, quadrilaterals, transformations, plane geometry, and solid geometry. That's it. That's kindergarten all the way to calculus. Give me 1 second here. By the way, I integrate the secrets of Singapore math into my discussion, and I also have careers built into my course because I want kids to have a vision for life. Like, where are you headed, right? You got to know where you're going. America is funny because we keep telling people to do stuff and people are busy, but they don't even know where they're going. Like, you got to help them know where they're going, right? And then, sorry, there's a few more things here to help you understand the context. So I published a few books. Tools for Mastering Mathematics is one of 5 books I've written. This was my first book I ever wrote. I wrote it at about 18, 19 years old, called Achieving Excellence as a Young Person. Just talking about some strategies to help students excel in academics. And it's not just all about academics. There's other things, other skills that people should learn. This is called Inspiring Entrepreneurs from the Turtle Twins. I'll be doing a discussion on Elon Musk as well as Wally Amos and George Eastman, and we're going to go down the list. There's a few people, interesting people in this book. We try to tell these stories to inspire people, right? That's part of the idea. Let's inspire the students. I have a list here. If you email amosthemathguy@gmail.com, I'll send you that list. Here's a few more tools before we dive into, I have a playlist of all math concepts, examples from a lot of these covered in the playlist. This is a book called Peak, and it talks about how all of us can achieve extraordinary things. It talks about deliberate practice, and that's the key. You have to have a coach to be the best at something. This is called Rethinking Math Learning. Teach your kids 1 year of math in 3 months. So this is from Elephant Math, and he's done an exceptional job. The man who started Elephant Math, he's shown that this can happen, and it can happen. Kids are really just wasting a lot of time in schools these days. They can literally be done with all the work in no time. Credits before college. I help students get up to 60 college credits before they graduate high school. So reach out to amosthemathguy@gmail.com, and I can share my plan. Basically, the plan is, here's English, math, history, science. Here's your dual enrollment opportunity. We have a partnership with a college that provides the college credit. And so stay tuned for this. If you email me, I'll send you that information. Okay, so I am excited to talk to you about mathematics and these 31 concepts in more detail, but I hope that this has been helpful to introduce you to the series. We're going to talk about examples. I have curriculum material that goes over all of it, whether you want to do it on a grade level, like 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, or if you want to learn it by mastery of concepts. These are the 31 concepts to know. So stay tuned. I'm excited to go on this journey with you. And if you email amosthemathguy@gmail.com, I'll send you a copy. Please subscribe for more, share with others. I'm excited to help students flourish in their math journey. Have a blessed day.